hard problem also is that tables of data can hide context, and understanding if your model matches what you're trying to understand, context is everything. So, for instance, this is a table of data. It's an extension of what Wheeler has in this book, Understanding Variation. It looks at the home runs of the foremost baseball players, right? The Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, and of course a certain person named Babe Ruth, who is, by all opinions, the home run king. So, so if we look at it, we see that, if we compare, sorry, I don't know why I did that. It must be on a timer of some kind, where I tapped something without realizing it. But if we look at it, we look at it in the table, the story is there because it's arranged in sequence and time. And that's the key that gives it context. However, it's not really, because the purple, the Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, and Hank Aaron did play together. And so their information really is in the context of what baseball was like at the time. But Babe Ruth played much before, and Barry Bonds played much after. But still, at this point, we're just trying to look at, who's the greatest home run hitter of all time. So we'll just kind of sidestep that, and we'll look at the numbers. And by now, you've probably been looking at it, and you probably have your opinion. But it's pretty hard to really see what's going on. I suppose some of you may. At this point, who do people think is the greatest home run hitter of all time? Anybody have an opinion?
I'm looking down this list. I don't see Terry Bradshaw in the list.
No, he's not. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
right.
Anyways, the idea is it's obvious. It's not so easy to see. So what you have to do then is you have to turn the information visual. Tables of data are two-dimensional, and we really need three and actually four-dimensional representations of data to understand the context better and more quickly, which we're able to do. Human beings can really understand. For instance, if you compare in a run chart in sequence and time of Ruth and Maris, you can see based on as if they both started the same year. In other words, over the course of their career and the number of the years that they played, where the green is Maris, or the lighter color is depending on your screen, the Maris, and the darker color is Babe Ruth. And it's pretty quick to see that, okay, in the beginning here there's some parity, but Ruth was better, and then of course there's a quick fall for Maris, and Ruth continues. So based on this, the opinion would be, okay, Ruth was a better home run hitter than Maris, but I don't need a chart to tell me that. You know what I mean? It's now let's compare Babe Ruth to Mickey Mantle, and Mantle is the darker color, and Ruth is, in this case, is the yellow or lighter color. And that's an interesting chart, isn't it? It's I won't dwell too much on it because this one is actually in the book. But you can see there seems to be a little bit more parity, but unless someone disagrees, it looks like Babe Ruth may have been a little bit better in terms of hitting home runs, right? Because it's a little higher on the chart. It's really that silly. And then now we look at Aaron and Ruth, which is not in the book. And this is interesting too. Does it? David? Take a look at this chart. What do you see in your words?
Well, it looks like Aaron played longer.
Mm-hmm.
And Ruth had seasons where he did better.
Aaron has more consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now that, if I go back, is not so easy to see in here, is it? You might see it, but it would take you a while, right? It's hard to see it. So